right, everyone. Good evening. Ready for episode 7 of the It's Better With You Browns Fancast. We have an awesome cast of characters here with us today. I'm going to unmute them so you can hear them as well. What's
Testing.
up? How is it, everyone?
Hi, John.
We got it's not better with you. This is like the probably 5th time you've been that character. Jim Klingenberg is here as himself today.
Wait a second. I got to change my name here real quick.
Oh, here we go. Some
Here we go.
live updates.
Some anonymity there.
And G, I'd rather not be associated with this fan cast or with the Browns.
Just G today.
Spot on.
Big
What's up?
G. Someone have to.
How's everyone doing?
Depends on what you want.
Huh?
Depends on what you want to talk about.
How do you
Hell
think
of a
we're
game.
Well,
What a terrible day.
Oh my goodness.
very salty.
Today's fan cast is brought to you by Magic Hat number 9. And Magic Hat, once you see our viewership, if you could please send us a 12-pack. We believe that would be appropriate compensation, and we'll need that by the Ravens game this Sunday.
Better make it a case. I'm gonna
That's
need
fine.
to get drunk. I'm gonna need to get loaded if I'm gonna watch this shit show again.
Well, if you get loaded, how am I getting home?
Uber.
Have Jimmy get you an Uber. He's the king.
All right, guys. So you see the lower third on the broadcast. You guys can dial in by hitting that number at the bottom, 669-900-6833, or go to zoom.us and type in the room code 101-100-987.
And apparently, invite your children.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Pets, dogs, pets, children,
I
spouses.
don't know whose room that's coming from, but it's quite audible.
Have you guys calmed down a little bit?
No.
Not
I'll
really.
tell you what. I had
No.
calmed down until I listened to Hugh's press conference today, and then I was so fucking pissed. I cannot, for the life of me, understand why that man is still employed by this
Honestly,
team.
I can't even listen to the guy's press conferences anymore. He's so full of shit.
If I had a freaking quarter for every single time he said, "We got to get better. We're going to get better. He's getting better. Let's get better. Something's better." I'd have $70-$80 by the end of his stupid press conference. It's absolutely terrible. It's terrible. That's all he says.
Practice.
He's getting better. We're getting better. We got to be better.
Battling. These guys are battling. We got to go
Here's
out
a question. When do we stop being better and just start being good? Good enough to win a game. Every week we have to get better.
It's Pat Shermer all over again, folks.
He sucks. He's terrible. That's it.
All right.
I hate to say this. I almost hope we get slaughtered by the Ravens this week so he gets fired because I don't know how much longer I can watch that shit show.
Well, let's not burn all the content in the first 5 minutes of the show, guys.
That's it. I'm done.
No, I mean, he basically stole my thunder. What else am I going to say?
All right, that's it. I'm done talking
right.
for the evening.
So we're going to get into our quotes, you guys. We got some doozies here tonight. Some of them are a little bland, and then I got a juicy one here at the end.
Page break.
So we'll see. Blue, just for you. I didn't take any of them out. Then
We'll
we'll get
turn this
into our
a drinking game. Every time you see a page break, you got to do a shot.
we'll get into our
Ooh.
snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. By the way, that Christopher Walken meme, I about died when I read that. That was hilarious. What the hell are we doing here? In other news, and then you heard it here first. We're going to go over our predictions from the Raiders game and
I
make our
can't
predictions.
wait. I
for
can't
this
wait
doozy.
to see those predictions.
I can tell you one thing. I'm not going to predict the Browns win for the rest of the season until they win another game.
They win another game, and then you'll be like, oh, you'll predict the next game to win, then to lose, and you'll
I
do
don't
the
know.
same thing.
I don't know what I was smoking the first 3-4 weeks of the season.
We were smoking the Jets' victory. That's what I was smoking.
Here's the good news, boys.
Yeah, last week I was.
We just went through the easiest part of our schedule.
Yeah. That's what
Oh,
people
my
don't
God.
realize. It's a good point. You look at the rest of the schedule,
Oh, and that's the other thing I took from Hughes' press conference today. He's taking the season in quarters. We're through the first quarter of the season. Now we're going to move on to the next quarter.
A lot of people do that.
He's an asshole.
Everyone out there, make sure to follow the It's Better With You Browns Fancast group.
Yeah, Hugh, you get a big fat D for the first quarter. D.
I wouldn't even give him a D.
You give him an F?
I give him an F.
You got to win, so I give him a D. Maybe a D+.
I think they won in spite of him.
I agree with that, but
we're very close.
That's Baker.
That was everybody in the world when they should have went for it on fourth down. Everybody in Browns Nation said we're very close.
On whether or not the Browns can turn it around, we're very close. I can smell it, guys. That's what she said. I can smell it.
You might want to change that to Baker, the turnover maker.
Hey, now.
I'm just saying.
You're gonna rail the
I'm
guy.
bitter this week. I'm salty this week. I'm sorry.
Oh, relax.
You stop it.
Calm down.
I wouldn't worry about Baker. I would worry about drops.
Baker's the least of our problems.
I would worry about drops, and I would worry about giving up 560 yards of offense.
Hey, trust me, I'm not a big Greg Williams guy either at this point.
I agree with Glenn 100%.
He did a good job. We had some explosive plays, and I know some of it was running the ball, but he had a couple of deep passes as well. Just some big things happened.
That's Scott. I got nothing. I got nothing. I don't know who could have said anything like that.
Batonio.
Maybe he was.
Some big things happened, guys. That's
just
why we're here.
Some big things happened. Joel Batonio. Hey, at least you spelled his name right this week.
Did you even
I double and triple checked. You guys are so angry. This is we might be done in 15 minutes.
It's mostly.
I was really close to not participating.
I'm pretty bad.
It's so difficult. Well, you should. Yeah, it's very hard. It's very challenging. Just like every unit on the field, there are mistakes being made. Offense, defense, and on special teams. Special teams, unfortunately, it's a one-play thing.
No shit.
No shit. That had to be Hugh. Come on. Well, no, he didn't say, but we're going to get better. So he couldn't have said that.
Well, I may have cut it off.
Oh, okay.
But no, Hugh would not say that.
Oh, yeah, and we got to talk about the special team later. It's a disaster. Schobert?
Oh. You should say Browns linebacker and Pro Bowler Joe
Schobert.
On the special teams play of the Browns, did they ask him specifically to comment on the special teams?
Up to me now to try and get.
Because he should have turned around, pulled his pants down, and taken a big shit in the locker room
and
said,
"There's
those
my guys need to get off their ass." We will talk about special teams, though, for sure.
Yeah,
it's up to me now to try and get in there and make some plays.
The guy that replaced Terrence Mitchell, don't even know his name.
Well, come on.
EJ Gaines?
No, it's
Gaines.
TJ Curry?
It's not better with you?
Oh, man, I know that stupid guy's name, too, if that's the one that said it. Go ahead, John. Spoil it for us.
EJ Gaines. Okay.
There you go.
EJ Goings.
I was getting whatever.
Oh, man.
Big loss, man. That's nothing to
What
scoff.
NFL player do you know named Goings?
Nobody. Except for EJ.
So that's one thing I noticed about Cleveland sports. You guys are wishy-washy. We lose a game and everyone's calling for heads, calling for jobs.
That could have been anybody. That literally could be anyone.
Just came out, and when I reveal this person's name,
Johnny Football.
It's not better with you, and 233-1 are gonna flip a gasket.
Zane Gonzalez.
Nope.
Oh, Dancing Danny Shelton?
Oh, no.
Who is it?
Joe Hayden.
Jabril Peppers.
Came out this evening.
What an asshole. He's been playing like shit all season anyway.
Oh, man.
Why?
You know
Why would you say that? But then, like, a couple sentences later, he's like, but then I get a chance to show them one big play and show them, and it'll be like, "Oh, we see you," or something like that.
What has he done?
Right. You know what's funny?
Nothing.
You asked that. I was listening to I don't know, I think it was 850 yesterday. They were interviewing Jimmy Donovan, post game interview or whatever with Donovan. And I think it was Riz asked him, how many times have you called Pepper's name this last game? And he goes, I don't think I called it once.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
He didn't.
Didn't he? The only thing that he did was get run into by the on that punt.
Right, like he's worthless on special teams, and then on defense, he's never around the ball.
Well, he's playing 20 yards off the line of scrimmage because that's where Williams told him to play.
Is he still doing that this year?
Nope.
No, I think he's
tackles.
about 17 yards off the line now.
0 tackles.
Jabril Peppers.
So if you have 0 tackles and you're nothing on special teams, why are you yapping about the
Shut
fans?
your mouth.
I don't know.
I don't want to go as far as to say the guy's been a bust, but he hasn't done shit in 2 seasons. So
Yeah,
Nothing.
someone was asking that in forums, and I was like, well, he's not technically a bust, I guess, but he was a first-round draft pick. He should be better than just okay.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Honestly, do you want to know how many tackles he had last week?
0.
0. Absolutely 0. There's not
That
even a
explains-
stat for him. Not a pass broken up, not a tackle, nothing.
Come on,
His
Jabril.
his stat line shows 1 punt return for 1 yard.
Wow.
Well, the stats from last week, and I don't know if this is accurate or not. He
Plus,
has
didn't he return
him.
a kick from like
Yeah.
10 yards deep in the
He
end?
has 4 kicks. 4 kicks returned for 64 yards with an average of 16 yards. The worst part about that is we started all those possessions at the 16, and I don't know if he knows the rule that if he takes a knee in the end zone, we get it at the 25.
I don't think he does. He can't. There's no way he can't know that. Which, who do you blame for that? The coach? Or the special teams
The
coach?
special teams coach.
You or about his teammates?
I don't, and I really don't even know. It's not. I know it's not Tabor anymore, but I don't know who it is, and he's terrible, and he's got to go.
I have a
But-
good anecdotal story about him.
And Hugh made a point of it today to say that he's going to put his nose in the room there and make sure that he gets in there with all the coaches to figure out everything, because he started playing with his hands tied behind his back and he wants to be more aggressive.
Right,
and
because
better, and this guy's better, and that other guy needs to get better, and we're going to be better. And Hugh, start packing your shit. I hope you rented, not bought.
It's funny, like during his press conference, within 3 sentences, he's like, "Oh, well, we're considering everything. We're taking every decision into consideration." And then, like 2 questions later, he's like, "Well, would you consider replacing your special teams coach?" And he goes, "Oh no, that's not a consideration." Well, you're not considering everything, then, are you, buddy? Obviously, very disappointed with our result. We had a number of chances to put that game away.
oh, it could be anybody. It could be Hugh. Could be Baker. Could be.
I would say Duke Johnson, but I think he was only on the field for like 4 plays again, so I don't know.
Nervous. Who knows?
Go ahead, John. Spoil it. Oh, Hugh Jackson. Boy.
All right, so I'm going to show these to you guys so you can see them, and then we'll get into it. So these are the what the hell are we doing here storylines I put in there. So we have Mitchell out, Gaines in. Who's to blame for the loss, and who do you like to watch on this team? Let's start there, and then we'll come back to those in a little bit.
Who do you like to watch on this team? Oh, God.
There's got to be someone. There's got to be someone, right?
At this point,
Charlie Hewlett.
Colquitt put an excellent
Always.
on Sunday.
Britton Colquitt and Greg Joseph are the only 2 people I like to watch.
That is.
Oh, come on. Now
No,
you're
that's not true.
going overboard. Come on.
What
Yeah,
about
you're going
Schobert,
overboard.
man?
And
love
Larry
Joseph.
Ogunjobi.
I love Ogunjobi. Love Garrett.
TJ Carey was a beast again.
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb was great.
I do like watching Garrett. He just needs a breather every now and then. They got to
That's
figure out
what's
a way to
frustrating.
rotate
because
somebody in there.
This team is a lot better on paper and on the field. You can see that they have better players, and you're still getting these crappy results where they just piss these games away. Now, who do you blame? Like you said, who do you blame for these losses? Because they definitely have way better players than they've had the last 2 years.
Yeah.
On paper.
No, I mean,
on
You
paper.
can see it.
like it's the eye test.
You can see it, man.
On
You
paper.
can see it. They haven't lost a game by more than, 2 or 3 points?
I see things. I see a lot of things.
Care to elaborate?
I will go, just to reiterate, he was right. Colquitt punted his ass off. Unfortunately, he had to punt 7 times. We got to sustain a drive here, but he did have a 50-yard average, which for him for the season,
Yeah.
that's, most times, most weeks he was somewhere around 34, 36 yards.
What question are we supposed to be answering? I don't even remember.
Any of them. You can do who's to blame. Any of them. Who's to blame? Who do you like?
Mitchell,
we're still on.
Gaines
We're still on. Who do you like watching on this team?
A lot of guys, actually. A lot of guys. I'll let Glenn go, and then I'll go. But
it's 2018. You're entitled to watch a lot of guys if you really want to. We can't ask you. We won't judge you.
Okay, I'll go.
Are you guys looking for some facilitation? You
I love Baker. Baker's 100 times better than Kaiser was.
Oh my God, he's at least watchable.
He's much more than competent. He's bordering on being very, very good. Landry's good. Hyde is good. Chubb is good.
I do.
Garrett is good. Schobert's good.
I do enjoy watching
Ward is good.
Hyde run the ball, and I would like to see Chubb run the ball more often.
They have talent on both sides of the ball. It's.
Is it problematic that they have a logjam at running back, or how would you guys handle that with them having those 3?
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, you could have worse problems.
Use them all, man. We've never had any 1 or 2 guys really, really stick out as talented. Almost every team in the league has at least 2, if not 3 backs that they're using on a regular basis, whether it be first down, passing downs, whatever. I still like to see Duke get a little bit more involved. I was surprised that Chubb didn't get more action, especially for a guy like Hugh who says you got to, ride the hot hand and let these guys get warmed up. Well, I mean, how much warm can you get than taking a ball for 60 and 40 or whatever the 2 carries were, 63
I believe that Hugh was asked about getting Duke Johnson more involved in the game today in his press conference, and he said,
"We'll look at it. We'll look at the tape.
We got to get him more involved."
Oh,
that was
it.
Did. That was
there
it.
You go.
We got to get him more involved.
He was a little more involved than he was last week.
What's interesting?
He had 2 carries for 11 yards.
Well, he had 4 catches for 40-some yards, though, right?
He did have 4 catches for 40-some yards, only 6.
So 6 touches this week compared to his 2, 3, 4 catches.
Well, he had 6. He had 6 this week, and he had 5 last week. So
he had 8 total touches, or no?
He's trending in the right direction.
6 touches.
It would be interesting to see how many times he says we have to get them more involved or we have to get him involved versus what actually happens. Because how many games has he been going on saying that since last year?
Every single one.
Not to go off topic.
Oh, please.
But just to spin off of what you just said, right after the game on Sunday, when they addressed Terrence Mitchell's injury, he said that was unforeseen. It was unfortunate, and
we got to be better.
Having some guys go in there and do some things that they weren't used to doing. What the hell have they been doing for the last 2 months?
Yeah, like that. Things like that, he says, don't make any sense.
He basically said we were completely unprepared.
Right. What has EJ Gaines been doing the whole time?
Yeah.
So what is the defensive coordinator and the defensive backs, assistant coach, and everybody else? What do they do at practice? They don't get these guys ready just in case somebody goes down.
That's why his answer doesn't make any sense at all. None.
It doesn't.
Well, he did say we have to get better.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
We were riding so high last week. Baker came in, led the team to victory. You look at the Raiders; they're 0-3.
Scuffling badly.
You had to know that the traveling over there to Oakland wasn't going to be.
At least
easy. It wasn't going to be easy.
The Raiders tried to hand you that game.
Yeah,
we had it 28-14 at one point.
It prepped it for you at least 3 times. 3 different times you could have put it away.
Instead, you let Carr throw for almost 450 yards in that game. I don't know what it was, 430, 440, was it somewhere around there? I mean,
yeah,
unbelievable.
Couple things there. The Mitchell injury hurt. Number 2, the Raiders actually have some talent on offense. Number 3,
we found that out.
We coughed up
Old
the ball
talent.
in our own red zone, which never helps.
There has to be someone on this team that can cover a tight end. Is there anyone on this team that can cover a tight end?
They made that guy look good, dude. And we haven't been covering a tight end.
Cook is a good tight end.
Is it It's got to be a symptom of Greg's defense, though, because we haven't been able to do that in 3 years.
I'll tell you what. I think if we went back to the preseason, It's Better with Hugh Fancast and asked each of us again who we were confident in going into the season, I think we said linebackers and secondary. And I have no confidence in any of those guys right now.
I honestly thought Jamie Collins' injury was harmful.
We said the front 7. I think we all said we were still worried about the secondary. I did. The front.
I was always confident in our front 4, but I was very concerned about our strength and depth at linebacker. And
bring it up, John. Let's see what everybody said.
Yeah, he can't. But
I can. It'll take me a little while.
Like Glenn said, the depth at linebacker was a concern, especially after we lost Kendricks, and then Kirksey goes down, and now we lost to DB.
And Collins still gets to start.
The secondary is not great.
Collins had a sack.
Collins did nothing again.
He had a sack.
Wow.
By mistake?
Yeah. What did he? How?
I think he got pushed into the quarterback.
Joe Schobert, man. Joe Schobert's a machine. Whoa.
Schobert's an animal.
Who's our guest, Brian?
Oh, the wife likes to stick her head in here every now and then just to see what's going on.
Remember when what was she, banging ice cream out of the container last time? It sounded like it was under construction.
Hot fudge. He's trying to get the last of the hot fudge out of the container. You will
get out of this jar.
Very aggressive.
Well, I'm looking, besides Schobert and TJ Carey, nope. No.
Demarius.
Garrett's numbers are pretty good.
Of course.
He should have had that other sack.
Randall, Kirksey, and Gaines. Everybody else, their numbers are just so.
Well, they picked on Gaines a lot after Mitchell went out. That was very obvious.
Larry Ogunjobi. He's good.
It's pretty sad that Duke Johnson and some other people have as many tackles as some of the defenders do.
Yep.
That had to be after a turnover.
Oh, Ward only had 1 tackle.
Well, I think
who was Ward covering?
Is Ward the only one that didn't really get thrown at, though? I feel like he was never on the TV screen Sunday.
I was going to say he must have been covering
this
guy.
Did they not throw at him?
No, you know what? I think what's going on with Ward is that these other teams just don't throw over there at all. So, which is good.
I mean, that could be it. I mean, I feel like I didn't see him on the screen at all.
They're already avoiding him, huh?
I'll tell you what, he threw the ball 57 times on Sunday. He had to throw it his way a couple of times.
Yeah, but those I know Cooper had 8 catches, but they weren't on him.
I was going to say, I know Cooper had 8 and Cook had 8, so
they weren't on Ward. The Cooper ones were not on Ward. Not at least most of them weren't.
Oh, look, you guys. Jabril had 64 return yards on kicks. Averages 16 yards.
Yeah, but but the problem is
terrible, John.
Yes, I know. You start in the end zone, and you have a 16-yard average. You might as well just stay in the end zone.
That's
Greg Joseph proving he belongs.
Nice job, Greg.
2 weeks in a row.
Good for you, Greg.
Mr. Reliable.
He's
quit.
good for that was the one. That's probably the one bright spot of any of our special teams right there. The kicking game hasn't been bad.
They just can't tackle.
Yeah, but Colquitt had that one really bad punt at a very bad time of the game, didn't he? In the fourth quarter, didn't he have a really bad punt, like a 30-yarder? Was it overtime? It wasn't overtime.
Is that the one where they should have gone for it and they decided to punt?
Well, no, he kicked that one actually past the coverage, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He kicked it so far that the guy had plenty of time to bring it back, and we just can't. Nobody can tackle.
No one can tackle. But are you guys all of the they should have punted it, or are you guys all of the they should have gone for it?
I think you have to. You're on the 18-yard line, and you have to punt.
Okay, we got a punt.
Glenn?
Yeah, punt.
Hindsight's 20/20, man. I mean, my reaction was punt the ball away, but I didn't even see the punt because I was still walking through my family room screaming and throwing stuff.
Because of the call, yeah.
So I wasn't even thinking about fourth down. I was just screaming and throwing stuff. My other problem with Hugh is that after the game, he said, if you go for it there and you don't make it, they score and tie the game. Basically saying, if you give them the ball on the 18,
we can't
they will
stop
put in a touchdown and they will score a 2-point conversion.
Well,
First of all, that happened anyways, even though you punted. And second of all, why would you say that?
You shouldn't.
Because he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing to win. He was playing not to lose. And guess what happened?
He loses every time.
You lost.
Yeah,
he loses every time.
Right. That's the kind of bullshit that he's been spewing in his press conferences for 2 years, and nobody calls him out on it.
When you're
1-1-1 or 2-33-1, I have no problem. Don't get me wrong. I know what the percentages say. I know what the smart play says. I know there may be one coach in the NFL that actually rolls the dice and gambles and goes for it. When you have the record that you have, go for it. The way Hyde.
I totally disagree, because if you have an 8-point lead,
I agree.
I understand what you're saying. I understand all that.
18-yard line.
Listen,
look what happened, Jim. Look what happened. They kicked the ball away. They ran it all the way back to midfield, and then less than 2 minutes, they scored and got a 2-point conversion anyway.
Here's your other problem.
Right, and I guarantee if he would have went for it and they wouldn't have made it, then you would have
always using conventional NFL wisdom. You're always using conventional NFL wisdom to explain
a loss is a loss. Doesn't matter how you got there.
We need to use reverse psychology on ourselves when we're playing. We can't go with conventional NFL wisdom.
I'd give the man more credit if I actually thought he had a sack and would have went for it.
Jim's right. I mean,
putting
the ball away and showing some confidence.
Because that's Jim's right. Because that's
here's the fact. If he goes for it there and they don't make it, and we lose, which we did anyways. Hugh doesn't even get on the plane.
So you might as well give yourself a shot and put it
I don't know how he's on the plane now.
I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that.
If your offense wants to go for it, if your offense wants to go for it, if Haley wants to go for it, you pull what's that high school football movie from Texas? You tell the coach to stay in at halftime, and you go for it.
Oh, there's a cat. No, jeez. I never saw the cat before.
There's all kinds of animals here.
It's the right NFL call, but we don't need those anymore because conventional football wisdom is not working for this team.
I would have rather been 3-32-1 than 2-33-1. Now, don't get me wrong; it was bullshit that they were even put in that position to begin with. It shouldn't have been that way.
Who was the bigger problem? In that game. The refs, the defense, or special teams?
The defense.
No?
I'm not hesitating on that. I'm saying defense.
You guys, refs, defense, special teams.
I would say it was the team loss. He lost all 3 phases.
That's the easy way out, Jim. Which was the worst of the
offense?
3?
The special teams was terrible. Offense wasn't good enough. Defense wasn't good enough. All 3 phases weren't good enough.
Defense sucked.
No one saw that Raiders offense coming.
Defense gave up 565 yards, 437 in the air.
Right.
And it's that game's on the defense. You You score 42, you win.
Not true. I mean, I'll give you that. But
you get up 45,
but
you lose. You lose.
You know, we were very surprised when we got 6 turnovers in the Pittsburgh game and couldn't win a game. We gave the ball away 4 times in this game, and we're surprised that we were still in it.
Had 4 turnovers, 1 right inside the 20, which you can't ever have.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
So you gotta have some blame has to go on the offense.
It's hard to blame that one that went off Callaway, that first one, on him. But those receivers, the receivers had so many drops.
The 2 fumbles and the long pass he got intercepted are definitely his fault.
The long pass he got intercepted was a terrible decision by him.
It was.
Yeah, they were giving you the middle of the field and you needed 5 yards and he tried to throw a home run and he should have never done that. And I understand where he's coming from.
That's Baker. That's what you got to live with
but
Baker.
You know, and at the same time, the receiver has to become a defender at that point and knock that ball down, and he made no effort to go after it.
No, he did not. And I expected more from what? Wasn't that Duke Johnson?
No.
Who was it?
That was, I believe that was Callaway.
Oh, that explains it then. Okay. No, we're talking about not the first quarter pass. I'm talking about
this was later in the game. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because all they needed to do was they could have gotten another 15 yards. They had plenty of time. Couple of out routes. They had a timeout. They could have thrown another one to the middle, got that first down, and he tried to air it out on like 3rd and 5. Yeah. And Callaway should have gotten his hand in there and at least tried to knock the ball away, and he did not.
He had a rough game. Callaway. They said they were going to limit
3 of 9 targets.
Said they were going to limit him this week.
Well, they might.
Well, it's Baker's first start. Ravens preview. They're 3-1, right?
Oh boy, the Ravens are good, man.
They're not as bad as I thought they were going to be this year. That's for sure.
They're good.
They went to Pittsburgh and kicked their butt.
They did.
Wow.
And they
kicked their butt.
Their defense is ranked number 2 in the NFL this year, right behind the Jaguars, if I'm not mistaken, at yards per game given up. Their offense looks awesome. Flacco looks healthy.
He looks reborn almost, and that's sad and scary all at the same time.
Well, I mean, Grossi this morning was saying Flacco's first time he's been healthy in like 3 years. So.
Wow.
That guy's a good quarterback. And the receivers are playing really well. Running game's looking good. Their defense, like I said, is awesome. They always have good special teams. They're good.
Just imagine how strong it'd be if Alex Collins didn't fumble the ball. I think 4 or 5 fumbles this season.
Well, that's good. That bodes well. Is he gone or is he playing?
No, he's
Alex Collins is playing. Alex Collins is a nice back, man.
He's a nice little back.
But I mean, he's got 4 or 5 fumbles this season. That could save the Browns, man.
Well, they have Buck Allen, too.
Well, we need anything to save us.
We can use anything, yes. You are correct.
Their defense is pretty good, too, right?
Ranked number 2 in the NFL after 4 weeks.
That.
Wow. This can't be right.
Suggs against Desmond Harrison.
That's going to be a test. He's going to get tested. He's going to need help over there. And I just checking some things out here. Flacco has already thrown for 1,250 yards this season. That's
well, it's a home game. They are going to get their energy from us fans. I don't think they're going to cheer until they do something.
Alex Collins
halftime.
Alex Collins is a nice back. I'm not going to try to downplay him in any way, shape, or form, but through 4 games, he only has 158 yards.
No, I mean Alex Collins, he's not.
He's not like
that's because he's been benched for fumbling.
Oh yeah, and trust me, right. there isn't anybody on their roster right now that's even close to him.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So they're not there, and I think Dixon's out, isn't he, for the season?
Dixon. Their other backs.
Dixon's not on their team.
Buck Allen, Javorius Allen.
Dixon's on the Titans, isn't he?
No, he just got placed on IR. That was, when is this article? Today.
Are you looking at the roster?
This
is
Kenneth Dixon.
Kenneth Dixon, who he's talking about. He hasn't played hardly at all. Has he even played it?
Oh, well, no, he's been on the – I'm just looking at the season stats trying to figure out who can actually do what. And besides Flacco –
No, it's the passing game I'm worried about.
It's definitely the passing game. He's throwing the ball all over the field.
John Brown, who they got from the Cardinals, has been kicking everyone's ass. He's a good deep threat. They got Crabtree, who's a great possession receiver. Very underrated.
That was a great grab for them, man.
Yeah, it is, because Crabtree, he's no joke. I mean, that guy's a good receiver. Just Brown has been surprising everybody with his long ball ability. And then they got good tight ends too.
Well, before we do the predictions, I have an anecdote. So apparently there was this guy who's in this Cleveland Browns forum on Facebook, and he's an Uber driver, and he had the pleasure of giving Phil Dawson a ride in Arizona.
I heard this.
And he said there was a 40-minute conversation, and he asked Phil, like, who was his least favorite coach, and he named that it was the former Arizona special teams coach,
Amos Jones,
who is currently our special teams coach.
Oh, God.
Right.
Did he give any specifics besides the guy doesn't know his ass from his elbow?
He just said it was one of his – didn't like to play for him.
And if you, according to Grossi, who, I trust, basically, I know he's kind of salty sometimes, but every team this guy goes to, the special teams always ranks in the bottom half of the league. And this guy's been around for a long time. And this team always sucks.
It's crazy, man. All right, let's make some predictions and get the hell out of here.
Oh, man.
You guys watched it in the preseason, right? Didn't we all say how bad the special teams looked? And we were hoping it was going to get better when the season started. It hasn't gotten any.
Dude, I was in a good mood today.
Hey, you're here.
I was in such a good mood today.
And then
now I'm depressed.
Nah.
I don't think anybody did anybody get a point from last week?
I'm about to bring that up.
Oh,
nobody deserves one.
I tried to give you the segue there, John, and you're slacking.
Yeah, I know.
He's got to enter page break here.
I gotta get it updated with the correct information.
What the hell is Big Al? My God.
He
just
said,
right-click
he's saying forget it. He said forget it.
Yeah, Big Al said he wasn't going to partake in this because the team sucks.
He said, F it, I'm not doing this anymore.
Can't say that.
I
was trying to come up with a reason to not be here.
Yeah, he'd rather sell another F-150 than sit here with us.
Oh, I guess.
We're going to go Chargers, Bucks, Steelers, Chiefs, Falcons.
The Falcons aren't any good.
Oh, man, it's going to be a shitty holiday season.
Dude, Matt Ryan is going to throw for 785 yards.
Well, that could be.
What's that kid? Who's that kid? Who's that kid the Falcons got?
Facing Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's a statue, though. He doesn't run.
Calvin Ridley, man.
Calvin Ridley.
A couple times.
I just added him to my taxi squad on my fantasy team, and I think I'm going to have to – Calvin Ridley.
Oh, yeah, I had Ridley to start the season, and I put him on waivers, and then he immediately had 3 touchdowns right at the next week.
That's it. I'm starting him. I got a Chubb has started screen sharing slowly. Shut up, cat.
All right, so here's our results from last week, gentlemen.
That was bad.
Jim and I said, well, Jim said 31-13. I said 24-10.
You need to change the slide because that's not what's showing right now.
It's not, but
there it is. Just popped up.
What was showing? Oh, okay. Sorry. It's not better with you. Said 24-21, and Glenn said 23-16. By my metrics and calculations, none of us get anything. We're going right into Browns versus Ravens.
Right into the blue line.
JK, what's your prediction? Now, you said you're not picking the Browns until they win.
I am not picking the Browns. And unfortunately, boy, I think this is going to be a bad one. Raven, why does it say Raiders?
Oh, whoops. Let's do
Says
some
Raiders.
live
No, it
changes.
says mine says Ravens at the top.
It
But Raiders.
does.
Please tell me we don't have to play the Raiders again. Ravens.
Ravens is-
Okay.
Ravens, Ratbirds, whoever you want to call them. Ravens. Ravens 28, Browns 17.
Wow. Boy, the worm has turned. Nobody cares anymore. No confidence whatsoever. As it should be.
We'll go with, let's see. What is a touchdown and 3 field goals?
16.
Thanks, guys.
You're giving your boy Greg Joseph a lot of
Yeah,
credit
wow.
there.
You think Greg Joseph is going to get 3 field goals?
And an extra point.
Oh.
Maybe we'll get a 2-point conversion. And
Well, we've already
safety.
proven we will go for 2. If for no reason other than to just do it.
Yeah,
It's something we've practiced. We practice it a lot.
This time it actually worked out for him when you look at the points and versus what you would have had anyway. It actually worked out, so can't really fault it.
I don't.
Whatever.
After last week, I don't.
Well, I know it's whatever.
Oh, man, the Ravens defense is way tougher than the Raiders defense, I believe. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. I don't.
When they scored that first touchdown and it was 9-7, there was no reason for them to go for 2, but he went for 2. So
Maybe Greg Joseph was in the locker room taking a shit or something, and he didn't have a choice. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
let me have the Browns. I'm gonna. Man, I have a feeling the Boo Birds are gonna be out early and often.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready already.
Give me the Browns for 13.
Ooh,
do you have a Chubb, John?
I got a Chubb.
I hate to say this next number, but it's almost like, wow.
You're going to say 31, aren't you?
No, I was going to say 35, but I'm not.
I was thinking about going into the 30.
Give me 33.
Yep.
God, I don't even want to. That makes me sick.
Isn't there 2 N's in your name, G?
Yeah, I didn't type that.
Glenn. He's Glenn. Glenn. It's not Glenn. He's Glenn.
Give a prediction.
Go ahead, Glenn. Break our heart.
17 Browns, 20 Ravens.
What are we, overtime game? Squeaker? What are you thinking? Who scores last to make it close? Elaborate, shall you?
We blow it.
We
with
blow
a
it on
minute
a
left,
field goal.
and they kick a field goal to win it.
That sounds like us. Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Defensive battle this week.
Johnny's got Greg Joseph making every kick he attempts on Sunday.
Wow, you think it's going to be that close?
You heard it here first.
I hope he's right because I don't want to watch what my score tells me.
I don't want to be right.
Oh man!
There you have it.
And only go by what I see.
Thanks, guys. This was another awesome Fancast. I really appreciate you guys taking the time away from the other stuff that you do. Happy Halloween.
Yep.
We'll do this again, win or lose. What?
We're well away from Halloween. You guys just stop it.
A couple weeks.
Jimmy strikes me as the kind of guy that already has Christmas shit in his house.
He's already drinking out of a Halloween cup.
No, I have a bunch of pumpkins and like ghosts and shit, but no Christmas stuff.
Glenn's got a participation trophy behind him on his shelf.
Dude, that's a softball. It's got to be a softball trophy.
Go ahead, softball.
He had to turn around and look. He's like, "What are you talking about?"
Above your right shoulder.
There it is.
Don't forget to look for us in the Muni lot if you come down on Sunday. E2.
Co-ed softball.
Look for the hearse.
Euclid Men's Sunday Morning Division I champs.
See,
Wow.
That's not bad.
We got nothing.
2007.
Bowling?
That's when there was some good ball down there, man.
Have any trophies over here?
Is that bowling? Bowling trophy?
We got some heavy hitters on this Fancast. I got a Circle K coffee mug.
Jimmy's got toys. You know, if you'd have left that in the
Oh.
box, it wouldn't have lost its value.
Also,
Kind of
for
like
you-
Baker Mayfield as far as the
For
Browns.
you
are
Buckeye
concerned.
Hey, I
fans
got
out there,
a,
I got an
I
OSU
didn't know
hat.
that. I didn't know that.
Anything
I got
over
an
$40.
I got an autographed Anderson Varejao jersey.
Only fell on the ground once, huh?
Excuse me. Oh my gosh.
Only flopped in it 2 or 3 times.
Is that a lunchbox?
Yeah. I got all kinds of cool shit.
Wow.
All
All right, guys, we are
please tell me
getting
we're not
out of
live
here.
anymore.
Oh no, we're live. We're live. For how long? I have no
Oh, yeah,
We
idea.
got this replica of the Q.
You're gonna have to get a new one now because they're doing all those renovations.
I got a
What's this?
spider. I got a spider.
Watch this. Replica of the Q. The cap comes off it, and you can see the arena.
Oh, that's cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 7.
I like it.
It's Better With You, man.
It's time for shots and beers. Steel mills and refineries. I follow broken dreams.